Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Or's Lighting Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Alright, we're looking at a pretty full news docket today. I've got a little bit of everything, so let's just get straight through it. First up, interesting story I heard about The Mandalorian. Brendan Wayne sat down with Sithcast Podcast, and they were asking him if Din would ever have a romance storyline in The Mandalorian. Remember, Brendan Wayne is one of the three people who makes up Din Djarin. Wayne actually said that he, advocated for a romance between Din and bo-katan, but it wasn't planned for that character. He said, yeah, I pushed for a Mando romance. That was never, ever happening. But I did. I did try. So, apparently 1/3 of the Mandalorian wanted to get together with Bo.
Isn't that going to be awkward when he won't take his helmet off, though? Well, we know Mando had a relationship in the past, right? With crazy Twi'lek from Season 1. I can't think of her name.
She doesn't need a name. It's fine. She's in jail now.
Yeah, well, yeah. But that was implied, because they even asked if he took the helmet off during...
Well, and she said a lady doesn't tell.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
I believe that he didn't.
Yeah, I believe he didn't either.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's...
Well, she's got those sharp teeth. I don't know if I'd want to.
Oh, God.
She's kind of frightening.
She was a little frightening.
But during the interview, they also spoke a little bit about Din's other romance that was in The Mandalorian in Season 1 with Omira. Remember, she was on the farm? Yeah. He did say that if Din had allowed her to remove his helmet, he would have stayed. But he continued, he chose to live by the creed, and he did reject her advances. So he has had a couple romance arcs that have slipped away. So, at least for a while, we could assume that Din is not looking for love.
Not looking for love. It's so sad.
I'm glad that he didn't get together with bo-katan, though.
I didn't feel like there was...
Well, and if you know Bo from the Clone Wars, she was probably around 20 then when he was 8. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not...
The
when
age
they're getting up there
But we
in
don't
years.
know the exact ages of either character. I think, Bo could have been a little older than him. Maybe almost old enough to be
the
his
characters
mother.
look about the same age. And when you get those... when you start getting into your later... I don't want to say those are later years even, but when you're getting into your 40s and 50s... a 10-year gap doesn't look so bad like it does maybe when you're in your 20s or something.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
But no romance for Din Djarin currently. We also got news that Andor Season 1 and Obi-Wan Kenobi are getting released on Blu-ray and in Steelbook. What's interesting, and I know you pointed this out to me, Andor specifically says on it that it is Season 1.
Season 1, yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi says complete series. Good.
Well, we've seen Ewan, he's out there advocating for Season 2. He's basically saying, I will do it. And this kind of...
Maybe they would call it something else. If they decide not to call it Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they say, no, this is another limited series that happens to star him, but it's not called that.
I mean, yeah, you could do
Tales
that.
of Tatooine, it's coming.
I just don't think they're going to go back to it. I think... And not necessarily because, there are a lot of people who didn't like it. It's just, what else do you really do?
There's not a story there, really,
Yeah,
unless you decide to go all crazy and send them all across the universe again.
You either go all crazy and you send them across the universe and you got the fans who will be like, well, did he stay on Tatooine at all? Or you keep him on Tatooine, you do something small scale, and you got the more casual who's like, well, this is boring. He's just watching banthas on the horizon.
And studying under Qui-Gon.
Yeah, this is boring. So it's kind of a no-win there, I think.
I agree.
That doesn't mean we could never see Ewan again as the character somewhere, somehow.
Say it ain't so.
I mean, flashbacks, especially with the de-aging getting even better and better, or supposedly, I don't know. Seems like Disney still struggles with it.
Maybe his Force Ghost could also come to Peridea with Anakin's Force Ghost.
Hey, isn't that cool? I mean, the idea of them kind of Force ghosting out there together.
That'd be cool. I'd be good with it. I mean, Ahsoka has connections to Obi-Wan, too.
Exactly. Why
they
can't...
They were a trio for a long time.
Hey, we'll just nostalgia bait the crap out of Season 2. Well, they'll all be in there. But I know, it does make sense. I mean, if Anakin's there, why can't Obi-Wan be there? They hung out at, Ewok Village. Mm-hmm. So...
Why not?
Bring Yoda in, too.
Why not?
Maybe just bring in all the Jedi. I'm kidding.
Well, they come out April 30th. You can get them in Steelbook. You can get them in Blu-ray, 4K. The pre-orders apparently go up March 12th.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I think we need one of those two.
You want them both, don't even.
I don't really want it. I have everything. I have like everything Star Wars ever made, I feel like, but that I could do without.
I don't remember you said that.
All right.
All right, moving into the rumor mill, which is where it gets interesting. Apparently, the second season of The Acolyte is already planned and the writer's room is set. They're going for it. Season 1 didn't come out yet. Everyone's already kind of leery, nervous about it. But you know what? We're writing Season 2.
This reminds me of Rian Johnson getting a trilogy before The Last Jedi ever came out, and then not hearing about it. It's the funny thing is it's closing in on like 9 years since that announcement, and people still clinging to that hope that he's going to do one.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean, it could be that The Acolyte doesn't tell a complete story without 2 seasons.
Well, probably. I'm sure if you're a good writer, you want to try to write in a way where your story can continue and you can keep working at it, right?
Absolutely. I
don't know. I think this is them just wanting this to be the next big thing.
Well, they need something, right?
Yeah.
Because Andor's got 1 season left in it, and then what do we got? I mean, Skeleton Crew, I don't think is going to be the next big thing.
No.
I think they
need
something outside of the Mandoverse.
Well, yeah, but do you go backwards 100 years?
Why not?
Because that's just confusing. Like
I've said it. Everything they do is confusing. The Mandoverse is almost confusing because it takes place in between things.
I agree. The
Mandoverse
is confusing. They aren't moving
forward, so they might as well move backwards, I guess.
I mean, people were confused at Rogue One. Why are they building another Death Star? Where's Rey? Like
Andor was confusing. People were like, "Wait, didn't he die?"
Yes. So now we're gonna go back 100 years, and you're gonna have like.
Is he dead?
Yes, I have to imagine he died in the nuclear blast.
What if Star Wars developed transporter technology from Star Trek?
Oh my God, that would.
No one's ever really dead.
No, you can teleport them or transport them out at the last second.
All right, next interesting rumor. Ahsoka Season 2 is currently writing. Filming for Season 2 is now rumored to begin in the 4th quarter of 2024. And if that's all true, that means, seeing as they're in the writing stage and they're going to be filming, it means we should hear their plans for Baylan Skoll soon. In maybe the next few months.
Yeah.
Because if the story, obviously, you need him to continue the story. I think he's an integral part of the story.
I agree.
So if they're going to start filming, we should hear about a casting.
If they're going to, who knows? Maybe they just imply he went there and didn't come back. And
sometimes to really honor a character like Baylan Skoll, when your actor has passed away, sadly, as Ray Stevenson did, sometimes the best thing you can do to honor him is to let the story continue.
I tend to agree in this case. Yeah.
Your whole story arc to be thrown aside because you weren't there to. No, I think. Sometimes you gotta recast and keep moving.
It's the hard choice, but yeah, it's the right choice.
Going to not honor him to keep his character alive. In fact, I think that does honor him.
Yeah, I think he would. If you could ask him, I think he would be. Yeah, well, of course, keep the story going, right?
Mm-hmm. But that's my opinion. All right, last couple of things we've got here today. The Rey film is going to be filmed in the UK. They are currently casting for her 2 apprentices and the villain.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly. They're also saying the film will be standalone. It's not supposed to be the start of a new trilogy, but there are also rumors that there could be a sequel to it. So it's not supposed to start a new trilogy, but it might be a 2-parter?
Or maybe they'll make 4. They didn't say it would go more, right? They just said not a trilogy.
Quintuplet.
It won't be 3, but it could be 4 or more.
Could be 4. Or 2. Just not 3. And we also heard that Angela Bassett took a meeting at Lucasfilm with regards to a Star Wars role. Could this be for the Rey movie? Probably not for one of the apprentices, but
no. Maybe
the villain, maybe some other character who's in there.
So, who knows? Yeah. Hard to speculate. But they probably have projects also going on that we don't know about because we have to kind of assume there are going to be other things.
Well, if they're writing Ahsoka Season 2 right now, maybe Angela Bassett's looking for a role in Ahsoka Season 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Maybe she's going to be Night Sister Ultimate. I don't know.
Maybe.
She could be.
She could be. Yeah, that's not I mean, that wouldn't be impossible, certainly.
Mm-hmm. But those are all the rumors that I have dug up of late.
You really blitzed through them.
Well, people want to hear them, and they don't want me to ramble about each one of them for 20
That's a
minutes.
good point. Yeah, you got to find that balance.
You gotta, here's
Get
the
the
rule. We
news
talk
and-
about it a little bit, and then we go and let's go to the next one, so people have plenty to think about.
Yeah, and not too much Thor rambling.
That's always a problem.
All right, well, that's going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn to take to the comments and tell us what you think about any and all of these many stories today. And let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.